Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are looking at some of the gems that are not much talked about in the game, and those are the defensive gems. Now, some people don't like to keep any defensive gem in their character, and if they want to go all out on damage, that is okay. But if you ask me, for to make a balanced setup of gems, everyone should have at least one defensive gem in your setup. To be fair, the melee classes like Barbarian, Crusaders, Monk, Blood Knight, these classes will get more value out of the defensive gems, but it does not mean that range will get no value. There are some defensive gems that are even good for the range classes like Demon Hunter, Necromancer, and other range classes. So today we'll be looking at the top defensive gems that are in the game, which gem goes with which class or which gem is good for a particular build, and we'll try to rank them as well. So like and subscribe if you like the contents of the channel, and now let's get into the video. The first defensive gem that we are looking at is my personal favorite, the Spiteful Blood. This gem was given for free in the first year anniversary, and in my opinion this is one of the top tier defensive gems in the game. There are many benefits to this gem, but before that let's just read what this gem does. Basically, when your health is below 50%, you will get immunity to all the primary attack for 4 seconds, and your damage is also going to increase at by 4%. This is at rank 1. However, if you check at rank 3, here in market you can see that the rank 3 you can get a shield for 40%. This gem is such a gem that you can use as your primary gem or you can use as an auxiliary gem, because the effect of this gem, the main effect, it is at rank 1 and it does not scale. This gem is especially going to be good for melee classes like Barbarian, Crusaders, those who tank, but I think other classes can also get a benefit from this gem. Like personally in the battlegrounds, if I'm not making a primary attack related build, I usually socket them in my Gloom Cask, but you can choose which gem you want to socket this into. The point is, this gem is an amazing gem as an auxiliary gem, but you can also make this as your primary gem. The benefit of making this as your primary gem is that it is heavily underrated, and hence the prices are really low. You can level this gem up very easily, but keep in mind the downside of this gem is that it is only PvP based gem, because this gem says it makes you invulnerable to primary attacks from other players. So it is a PvP focused gem. It is not so good in PvE, but for PvP I think this is an S tier gem. Especially demon hunters and necromancers who use their primary attack a lot, this gem is going to help you survive a lot longer. The other benefit is that this is a defensive gem that is a 5-star gem, so you will get higher combat rating and higher resonance. So basically this is viable for everyone, even at low resonance layer, even a whale. Anyone can use this gem. Because of this versatility, I really like this gem, and I think this is an S tier gem. Now we move on to another good defensive gem of 5-star variety, that is the Frozen Heart. In my opinion, Spiteful Blood and Frozen Heart are equal in comparison. Where Spiteful Blood fails that it is not for PvE, Frozen Heart is good for PvE as well, especially for doing content like challenge rifts, when there are a lot of mobs and high level challenge rifts. When you have this Frozen Heart, you can chill the enemies. So let's read what this gem says. When you take damage, you activate a shield for 6 seconds, which chills the enemy. So if you have the shield and the enemies attack you, they are going to be chilled. Plus at rank 3, your attacks also have chance to chill an enemy. Now this effect can take place even from a very far off location. Suppose you have a poison or a burn effect on a player and they try to run away. Now while running away, maybe one of the ticks from the fire or poison can also activate this particular effect, this 15% chance to chill, right? And also keep in mind we have the new set Endwinter, which buffs your damage by 15% to the chilled enemies. So I don't see why that particular set won't work with this gem. I have not tested, but I think it is going to work. So in my opinion, this gem is good for all the classes, both melee and range. And this gem is going to give you shield as well as chance to chill. That one gave you immunity to primary attack and a shield. This one is basically type of a CC effect that you are getting from a gem, which is always nice to have in the battlegrounds. Plus you can use this in PvE as well. Personally, I will rank this below Spiteful Blood because that's my personal bias. But I think objectively, if you ask anyone, I think they will say both of them are equal, depending what type of build you are going for. But the thing is, Frozen Hearts usually sell for a higher value than Spiteful Blood because, like I said, it is good for range and melee both. And Spiteful Blood is mostly preferred by melee class, but in my opinion, range can also have it. The other thing is that Frozen Heart keeps getting better at higher ranks. So Frozen Heart is not good as an auxiliary gem. Like a Spiteful Blood is like the top auxiliary gem in the game. Frozen Heart is not like that. Frozen Heart gets better and better with more resonance and higher levels. So I think if you are a whale or mid spender or something like that, I think Frozen Heart is a very good option. But for really low spender or for a really low resonance player, I think Spiteful Blood might be a better choice. Next, we move on to the to another 5-star defensive gem, Phoenix Ashes. Basically, whenever you get a fatal damage, basically your health is reduced to 1 or something very low, you get absorb shield. This absorb shield is the highest absorb shield, one of the highest absorb shield you can get in the game. But the problem is that it occurs only in 180 seconds, once in only 180 seconds. So because of this high downtime, because of this high cooldown, the relevance of this gem has declined over the period of time. If you have it from a long time and use it for resonance, then that is okay. But in my opinion, if you have to build a new gem for defensive, I will not suggest Phoenix Ashes for anyone. Now we are going to move to the 2-star category, and here the most popular one is Battle Guard. Those who use it really love it, but those who don't use it really don't care about it. Let's see what this gem does. It decreases all damage you take by 8% from enemies within 3 yards. Right, this is at rank 1, and at rank 3, you move unhindered through enemies while your life is below 15%. So the funny thing is that the description of this gem has changed. Earlier, when the game launched, the description was decreases all melee damage that you take from enemies within 3 yards. So the melee damage was a bit confusing. Me and one more guy were discussing about this long time back in September 23, and we asked about this in a Discord, and Apollyon was able to communicate with this to developers, and they said that it is all damage. And after that, they said we are going to change this description. It has always been all the damage reduction, right? If you're a range player, usually you try to stay away from enemies, and you try to you do not try to go in close combat with the enemies. Hence, this gem is a very niche gem, and it is for people who like to play as a tank role in the battlegrounds. Mostly for barbarians and crusaders, and also sometimes monk. So the question is, should you use this particular gem? If you are a range class, I will not suggest using this particular gem. Now, if you are a melee class, it depends on your resonance. If you are a high resonance or you are aiming to get to higher resonance, I think you can go with Spiteful Blood or Frozen Heart as well. But depends what totally depends on your build. Like if you are heavily making a tank build, this is the only gem that gives you damage reduction. However, there is one rank 1 gem as well, but the damage reduction is conditional. This is an unconditional damage reduction. Enemy has to be in close combat. In the defensive tier list, I think this is like A, not an S tier gem, but an A tier gem in my opinion. So this is good for niche tank builds that are that a lot of people like to play in this game. Next, we move on to the 1-star gems, and from the 1-star gems, the two most the popular ones are the Exigent Echo and Respite Stone. Respite Stone is similar to Battle Guard, like I said, but in Respite Stone, to get the damage reduction, your health should also be low. Basically, what this gem does is that for every 10% missing life, you take 0.55% decreased damage, and this can go up to a maximum of 5.5%. And for Battle Guard, it is 8% at rank 10. So obviously, in one-on-one comparison, Battle Guard is much better than Respite Stone. Overall, I think the relevance of this gem has reduced now. Since you can now awaken a rank 2 gem at even rank 5, I think Battle Guard is definitely going to outperform this Respite Stone 100% of the time. I even mentioned in one of my previous video of the gem strategies. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out. There also I suggested 1-star gems are losing value now, and these are good for only niche builds or specific types of build which you want to play around with. So if someone is like they want to make a tank build, and if they have the budget, definitely they should go for Battle Guard. And if they want even more tankiness, then they should consider Respite Stone if they want to have basically multiple gems related to defensive, multiple defensive gems. However, I never recommend using more than 3 gems, 3 defensive gem. I think 3 is already a lot. 2 defensive gem is still okay, but 3 is a lot already. But if you want to make a specific build, that is totally up to you. So basically that's my verdict. If you want to have a specific build only, then only this is good. Don't get me wrong, this is a good gem, but since it is 1-star, it will provide you lower resonance. It will also provide you lower combat rating, and because of that, the relevance of this gem has decreased. The next one is the Exigent Eco, and this one is going to give you block chance. Block chance is a stat that you do not get a lot. This is a good gem for Crusaders because they can have already a lot of block chance. So adding another gem to increase that block chance is actually going to help them. I have tried this Exigent Echo and Respite Stone both in Battlegrounds, and among them I really found Exigent Echo performing great for Crusaders. But like I said, this is a 1-star gem. Use it only for specific niche build. It is not going to be, like a main gem, like a build a name, like a main gem for any class. These are very specific niche. These are gems for very specific niche builds. And maybe once you are tired of those builds and you want to switch out to a different gem, you can destroy this gem because it is 1-star. So it is easy to make, easy to destroy. Now keep in mind that with the rise of the Mother's Lament and Roiling Consequences, the critical hit chance of the average player has increased a lot because they are stacking multiple gems related to critical hit chance, and block chance does not work on critical hit chance. It is only going to block normal hits, right? So this gem basically says that when you receive a critical hit chance, and in Battlegrounds you will receive a critical hit chance, you will your block chance is going to increase. This gem is highly complementary with armor. If you have a lot of armor, then this gem is going to complement that. But like I said, this is a 1-star gem. The values of 1-star gem is only good if you are a very low resonance player, like 1000 resonance, 1500 resonance. Maybe up till that you can use this, but once you reach to 2000 resonance and above, I think you can just upgrade it to Battle Guard or something, or maybe even the 5-star gems. Before I finish, I'll also want to share the gem resonance bonus which you get from defensive gems and some other gems as well. Like most of these defensive gems will have this types of resonance awakening bonus, basically. Damage while moving decreased by 3%. Damage taken while suffering loss of control decreased by 4%. Block chance increased by 12%. I know my face is getting here. Let me show you, like this one, right? So most of the awakening bonuses are these 3 for most of the defensive gems. So these also provide some additional layer of defenses. So those are the top defensive gems which I wanted to discuss. If I missed any, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you like the contents of the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.